Can I say something right now? I have never been less excited about a trip to Las Vegas as many times as I've been to Las Vegas. And it's not, look, I'm excited to go to Slap Fight. I'm always excited to go to, I like Vegas, but I ain't got no pussy lined up this time. The economy is absolute dog shit. I felt a lot happier gambling at a time when Trump was president and my crypto and crypto's up, but my fucking brokerage account was worth 3 times what it is now. God damn it. Well, that's no good. That was liquor, too. Well, that sucks. Hang on. God damn it. God damn it. We're having an issue right now. Sorry. Please stand by. I just smacked my bottle of booze. Oh, sorry about that. What a great start to the show, huh? Fucking A, that sucks. Anyway, so like I was saying, man, the economy sucks now. It just ain't the same as it was. So we're going out there. We're going to get some content, though. We're going to have a good time. We're going to Slap Fight. I'm going to get to see Scampoli in person. I don't think... I want to say me and Kevin have met in person once, but I don't think we have. I don't think in all the... I've known Scampoli longer than I've known Royce. I don't think I've ever met him in person. So we'll be hanging out with him. We're going to a Slap Fight thing. I will say this. I don't want to jinx anything, but we've been stressing about some stuff. And while nothing's set in stone, let's just say I do think that we will be getting... I have a feeling that we're going to have some encouraging news when we come back from Vegas. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there is a lot of stuff on the horizon I'm excited about coming up. So, but yeah, I'm not... This time I'm going to Vegas. I'm not fucking doing the titty bar thing. I don't want to do the fucking... I really don't want to, like... Because somebody was like, whores and drugs. And I'm like, I don't really want whores. I don't really want drugs. I definitely want to gamble a little bit because that's always fun. But let's say I can get LSD. If anybody knows anybody in Vegas that can get me LSD. I'm kidding, of course. No, I'm not. But yeah, LSD would be cool. That's the only drug I really like doing in Vegas. It's the only... The only thing I really like, I don't like doing coke. I don't like doing, Molly's all right, but I'm just a little too old for that shit. And the recovery time of doing Molly, it's, when you're young and you do Molly, you're fine. A couple days later, you're back to normal. But when you're 40 and you do Molly, it's like you're basically depressed for 3 months afterwards. So I don't like doing that. Coke's out of my world now. I like going for the legal weed. He said mushroom. That game said mushrooms are everywhere. Yeah, I don't like mushrooms as much. Anybody who's done both will tell you there is a stark difference between LSD and mushrooms. Mushrooms and mushroom people and LSD people couldn't be more different. They're like AK guys and AR guys. They are complete different worlds, and they both think they're right. I don't necessarily think I'm right. I just enjoy acid more. Shrooms are fun. If I'm hanging out with you and we got fuck all, we got nothing to do come on guys, knock it off. If we don't have shit to do for the day and I come by your house and you live on the beach, you got a nice property, nice breeze, it's a beautiful day, and you're like, yo, I got some shrooms. I'm like, I'm down. If I ain't got fuck all to do that day, I'm down. Yo, come on, man, knock it off. Enough, dude. Take it outside. Exactly. Go fuck with them out there. So, but yeah, shrooms are alright. But shrooms are too emotional. Yeah, I don't get emotional on them, but yeah, there's definitely a feeling that you get on shrooms, and I'm not always in the mood for. LSD just makes me trip balls. LSD is more fun because it affects my feelings less. I get less. Mushrooms also make me uncomfortable sometimes. Because you are giving yourself food poisoning. That's all mushrooms is. They're just a mushroom that has a certain enzyme in it that gives you a certain... tripping on shrooms is just a cousin of food poisoning. It's just fun food poisoning, you know? But it does something to me that makes me, you know, like sometimes. Whereas LSD just makes everything go boom, 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 you know? And you're like, yo, let's go. You know what I mean? I've never been on LSD. Like, I remember growing up and hearing all the stories of LSD and I'm like, oh man, it makes you freak out, man, and you'll never come back from it, man. Every time I've done shrooms, it's literally I plugged it. LSD rather. Every time I've done LSD, my only is it? Sorry, I didn't know I was doing that. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I knocked into it when I knocked into a bunch of shit when I knocked that booze over. My bad. Does that? Oh boy, that sounds bad. Well, that sounds worse. Let me know if that sounds worse. But yeah, the thing about LSD though that I love is I plug in. My only said now it's worse. Jesus Christ, is that better? Christ, I don't know what to tell you, man. I got one show to get through, Jim. But anyway, as I was saying, with LSD, my only criticism of LSD is that it can last too long. I will say that. My only criticism of LSD is that sometimes I take it and it's like I'll take like 2, 3, sometimes 4 hits, and it's so much fun, but it's kind of like being stuck on a fun carnival ride, but now you're stuck on it. You know, like I want to go on a roller coaster, and by like 8 to 10 minutes later, I want to be off the roller coaster. 8 to 10 minutes tops. My only criticism about LSD is it's like being on a roller coaster for like 7 hours. And after a while, you're like, this has been fun. I'd like to get off this roller coaster. I would like it to start calming down. You know, like my only criticism, but I still love it. I still do it every time. But you know, I've never had a bad trip. I've never freaked out. It never had an effect on my brain, man. My only gripe was I've done acid before every once in a while and been like, is this going to stop ever, man? I want to go to bed, dude. I want to just go to sleep. And your brain's going and you're like, why? And you're it's even then, like, I don't freak out. I don't start going, oh God, I'm tripping. Oh God, I'm going to trip forever. Oh God, I'm freaking out. I'm on a bad trip. It's just usually I go, oh God, this isn't ever going to end. And then I just want to go to sleep, and I'll be laying in bed, and exactly, I'm getting trails and I'm giggling and I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. But yeah, shrooms has this weird, like, where I get these rushes of, I don't want to say emotions, because it's not emotions. It's not like I'm sad or I'm happy. It's just a rush of like feeling, and sometimes it's anxiety, and I'm like, I don't like this. And then my bitch about mushrooms is they don't last long enough. You know what I mean? You take LSD and after like, 3-4 hours, you're like, all right, I want off this ride. I want to go to sleep. And it goes on for another 4 hours. You take shrooms, man, and you're like, this feels kind of good. And then like 45 minutes later, you're fine. Surges of serotonin. Probably, but then you know what? I don't like what that does when I'm on shrooms, because if I'm getting a rush of serotonin, for some reason when I take mushrooms, my body it translates that weirdly, and I don't feel good. It comes in as anxiety, not as pleasure. So I don't know. LSD is different, man. Bro, when I went to Vegas the first time, we had an awesome listener who sent me some LSD back in the day, right? And like just was like, oh yeah, check your PO box. I sent you a birthday gift, and I was like, oh cool. I checked it, and they were like, check the card extra nice. And I'm like, what? And then I opened the card again and I looked and there was a little like arrow and I ripped that and I had a bunch of fucking sheet acid. Like, not sheet acid, but I had a bunch of little paper heads of acid. So we went to Vegas with it and I was handing it out. I gave some to A.G. Luck, Royce. I was getting everybody acid. And I ate like 4 hits. And I'll never forget, that was the night in Vegas. I've never spent less money in a gambling town. Everybody else spent way more money than me. Everybody else woke up the next day super hungover, way partied out. I think I spent like $80 that night. Not even. I think about $80. I threw a couple bucks in some slot machines when I was sitting down having a cigarette. But I basically just nursed like 2 beers the whole night. I had 1 beer that I nursed for a few hours. Then when that one, you know, still was halfway done, I was just nursing it. It got warm enough. I bought another beer and I just wandered around and I smoked weed and I didn't spend any money in Vegas. I think that's kind of why LSD's never been pursued as a legitimate, like, because if they could sell us LSD in a safe environment and make tax money on it, they would do it. I think the problem with LSD is that LSD removes a lot of like immediate like commercial consumerish needs. And I'm not saying like acid is so deep, man, it opens up your third eye, man. I just think acid is so much fun that once you're having fun, it's like you're not going to buy as much weed, you're not going to buy as many drinks, you're not going to get up and move around and dance, you're not going to gamble, you're not going to, you know what I mean? Like they don't want you to. LSD was made by the government. They tried. Yeah, the problem is they made LSD to go a certain way, and it went they thought it was one way, but it was the other way. They thought they were going to make this mind control drug, and what they ended up making was a drug that made people go, yeah, man, I don't know, dude. I'm pretty cool just sitting here not spending any money, bro. I'm not even smoking as many cigarettes. I'm just kind of chilling, not bothering anybody. And the government, American government went, wait, we can't have that. We cannot have that. You know what I mean? So I really think the reason why LSD has not ever been like packaged and given to us is because in order to make it legal, you'd have to make it so expensive that they make all their money back on you that they're not making on drinks and other things. And it just wouldn't, you know what I mean? Also, booze doesn't go well with acid. Depends. Like, I'm an alcoholic, so booze goes well with everything for me. But yeah, I just think if everybody was on acid, everybody would be like, no, man, I'm pretty chill right now. Like, I'm fucking... They make you think like, oh, it would be like bath salts. People would be eating their faces like zombies. Everyone would go crazy. And you're like, a few people would go crazy. But most people would just do acid and America would stop working all at the same time and go, yeah, I don't know, man, I'm pretty chill right now. You know, like, I'm fine, man. You know, I've been sitting here and I was thinking about it and... you know, yeah, my mom and dad died and I didn't have the best relationships with them and we didn't really come to a full resolution. But you know what? I came to this like idea today that's okay, man. And like, it's fine, dude. And honestly, I can't wait to get a good night's rest and just go back to work tomorrow. Like everybody would just come in all fine. The economy would collapse. You know? LSD is super powerful. Most people probably can't handle it, Wicklid said. I guess, man. I love that shit. I'm that guy in Starfield. I'm taking Aurora every night. Greasy N-word for 5 says, here's your permission slip to drink on a Monday. Well, pick a homie since you poured one out. Still not gay. Yeah, I know. I poured a lot out. I poured enough out for like fucking 3 or 4 homies. Look at that shit. Not great. I caught it in time, though. Thank God it was the little narrow bottle. If that had been one of the big boys or like my decanter, that thing would have dumped booze out at a retarded oil pipeline rate. This thing kind of went, and I was like, ah, shit.